Welcome back to the podcast. Today we are going to talk about the invisible pedestal of importance and how that mind game is causing you more harm than good. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Flora, Minimalism mentor, Simplification coach, and 7-time author. And for over 27 years, I've been helping women like you align into a life and a business that you are wildly obsessed with by helping you clear out the 9 types of clutter keeping you from the life that you love. What are those 9 types of clutter? They are mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, process, and environmental clutter. My YouTube page is where I share my environmental decluttering tips, and here on the podcast, I share with you how to declutter the rest. Please subscribe or follow this feed so you get notified every single time an episode is released. And today, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about the invisible pedestal of importance and what it is and why it might be screwing you over in your life. Hint, hint, it is. So, the invisible pedestal of importance. This is a false importance that you place on the things that you want and don't want that cause you to live a life that is misaligned. So what does this look like in real life? You have a closet full of things that you no longer use, but you're making yourself keep them because you might use it someday. So you're placing more importance on the off chance you'll actually need something over having only in your closet what you actually wear and what you actually want to keep. You maybe have a dream writing a book, but you never write it because you might fail, or because some creative writing teacher back in the day said that you sucked at writing. So you're placing more importance on that old school person's opinion of you before you even had any life experience, and the avoidance of failure over the experience of actually writing a book and sharing it with the world. Maybe you're 20 pounds overweight, but you don't work out because it's hard or it's inconvenient, and you like watching your shows and eating ice cream and all the things. So you're putting more importance on laziness than on your health and on your longevity and on your quality of life. You are muting your desires and place more importance on the things that are keeping you in a place that you hate, that is not what you truly want, for fear of what might be if you actually take action. In my book, The 1 Degree Shift, I talk about deciding what you want and removing everything that doesn't align with that. I talk about that here on the podcast all the time. And it's about learning to recognize that time is going to pass by anyway. So you might as well do what you want instead of wasting your life waiting for the right time to do this elusive thing that you've decided that you want to do. Now, the day that I'm recording this is on my birthday. It's going to be published several weeks from now, but every single year on my birthday, I reflect on the past year and I look at what I've done, what I didn't do, and what growth has happened, if any. Some years I have been stuck the entire year and was in the same place for several years in a row. And that was a very jagged, hard pill to swallow upon that reflection. And many times, other times, I've jumped decades within 1 year of growth and wisdom and like digging through the sludge that was my life and just picking things apart and no longer accepting that reality and saying, I'm done dealing with this. I'm done sweeping this crap underneath the virtual rug or ignoring that giant elephant in the room. I'm just going to look at the elephant and pull up that rug and just deal with all my shit. And often this comes in getting rid of all the stuff that you're afraid to let go of because that's who you've been in the past. I'm here to tell you, when you let go of all that bullshit from the past, you can finally feel free to do the things that you've always wanted to do. Another thing that I do is I reflect on my peace of mind, my happiness, my stress levels, the season of life that I was in the past year. I look at my priorities and I look at all of it. And every single day that passes by is another day of my life that is gone. And I really want you to ask yourself, how are you spending your life? Time is the only currency that we have. Time is the only currency that we have in our life. You are trading these seconds, these minutes that you're listening to this podcast for your life. Is it worth it? You are trading time every single time you go into your closet and you rifle through 20,000 million pairs of whatever just to find the shirt that you know that you want to wear, but you're keeping all of these old ones that don't even fit you anymore. Maybe they're decades old, but you're keeping them just in case you lose the weight. Get rid of them. If you lose the weight, you're probably going to want new clothes anyway, right? So give yourself permission to stop placing so much importance and placing all this old bullshit on this big pedestal of like, well, I might need it someday, or I'm afraid of failure, or I'm afraid of this or that. Who cares? Just what would happen if none of that matters? What would happen if all of a sudden you knew I only have 6 months to live? What would happen? You would probably be like, F this, you'd clean out your closet, you get all new stuff. You'd go travel the world. You'd stop with all of this unimportant stuff, and you would start to focus on what really, truly matters in your life. Really give yourself permission to look at how are you spending your life. I have an episode about spending versus investing your time. I'll link it in the show notes. But I really want you to ask yourself, what are you trading your life for? Are you trading your life for a life of laziness and ill health and disease and debt and drama and all the things? Or of energy and health and adventure and milestones and success and growth? Are you ready to finally take all the things that have been robbing you of your life and clear it out so that you have the space and the energy and the peace of mind to have the life that you know that you have been waiting for? Time is going to pass by anyway. Time is going to pass by anyway. You might as well be doing the stuff that you love. You might as well be wearing the stuff that looks good on you and that fits. You might as well have in your closets what you're using, not that echo of your past. Get rid of all that stuff and give yourself permission to finally name it and claim it and have the life that you have been waiting to live. Now, to help you out with this, I've got spots in my calendar opened especially for you for complimentary strategy sessions and clutter audits. If you know you are finally ready to stop wasting your time and start investing your time in you and the life that you know you are ready for, click the link in the show notes, book your sessions, let's talk. Also, let's continue this conversation in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, share in the comments something that you are 1,000% ready to claim in your life, something that you've been waiting to do. And right now you're like, you know what, Flora? I'm done waiting. Now is the time. If you found today's episode helpful, please subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a review. Your support helps this podcast reach more people looking to declutter their lives and align into a life that they are wildly obsessed with. I hope this serves you today, and I'll see you in the next episode. Mwah.